Last night I went and saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I never really was a big Planet of the Apes fan. I don't know why. The Charlton Heston one is fine. I saw the first one there, and I don't think I saw the other ones. I saw the Tim Burton remake. I didn't go in for the trilogy leading up to this, which I guess this is now like a new universe where that's a trilogy. This is going to be a trilogy. They say they have a 9-film plan for this, which is pretty crazy. But I might go back and watch those films now. I actually enjoyed this film, and I'll get into why as a professional science fiction writer in just a moment. Thank you guys for coming in and watching our channel and supporting our fiction too. If you like science fiction, please do check out my books. I do have the bona fides here, and I do think that you will enjoy my stuff. This is Overmind on my web store. And I also have The Stars Entwined on Amazon. This is available in ebook, print, and paperback. So I've got comics and books. I'm a #1 best-selling author, and I've won multiple awards for my prose here. And let's get into why I think this is a good film and actually some good science fiction, which is unusual from Hollywood these days. So, like I said, didn't watch the prior 3 films. I found out that it was a sequel to that to begin with. It starts out with this ape being burned in a pyre, and I guess that's his name was Caesar. Oh, there's going to be spoilers. I should mention that right now before you get too far into this. And Caesar is was this king ape who led the apes once they actually got their intelligence. Now, unlike the Charlton Heston film where it was about astronauts who crash landed on this weird planet with apes, this one here is set on our world. And I guess that was kind of set on our world too. It's confusing, but this one was set on our world, and there was a virus that humans created. Creepy, making things with viruses that humans created. Interesting. Anyway, and that virus made humans stupid and made the apes smart. So it kind of flipped the script on things, and then the apes eventually took over. 300 years later, we're in this post-apocalyptic ape wasteland, which is now they've got kind of medieval technology level at this point, and they're mostly clan-based, which is kind of sensible for an ape culture. And it starts out with this group, with this guy Noah and a couple other apes, and you see them. This is not him. This is one of the evil apes. This is Noah. And you see them climbing some stuff. They're getting some eagle eggs, and it's part of a coming-of-age ritual. And so that's nice. I like the coming-of-age ritual to start. There's some problems that arise with that. Noah is seen as a pretty wise guy. Not like a wise guy, sarcastic, but actually wise ape. Wise ape. And their problems arise from that. Now, this girl is stealing stuff from their village, and she is on the run. There she is. And this is Freya Allen, and she goes by the name May through this. And she's kind of hidden. They don't know that she really exists. She's almost like a little boogeyman out there. And when she does this, she inadvertently brings this group who's got a new Caesar, who is building a kingdom of the Planet of the Apes on the other side of this tunnel. And they raid the village, ransack everything, take everybody as slaves, bring them back, and to build their little fortress. And it's kind of her fault. Now, as they go on an adventure, and Noah, of course, is not captured. He ends up seeing this, and then ends up, going off to try to find his people to rescue them. He finds her eventually and learns that she's actually a smart human. Now, we don't learn too much about smart humans. We just learn that they exist. They're still out there. They're different than some of the other humans, and she's actually trying to get it so all the other humans are cured of this virus that makes them stupid through the course of this film. Now, as they get into the kingdom, they end up with problems because this guy is a megalomaniac who they're dealing with. And when that happens, they come up with a plan to deal with this. Now, the world building's really good throughout this entire thing. I like the fact that the village, the Eagle clan, they call themselves because they get the eagle eggs, have their own culture. It's pretty neat. It definitely feels like a good ape culture with these tree houses and nice stuff. You've got the Caesar who's built a kingdom upon the ashes of an old military base, it looks like. and it's trying to break in to get all the stuff. It's a good contrast between the two cultures and how they didn't really fit together, and how this guy unified things. Now they go back and this is 300 years after the last films. When they talk about the Caesar character, they talk about him like he's a legend, the Caesar guy, the Noah has a mentor, like kind of an Obi-Wan type, who's like teaching him the ways of like the wise apes through this. And he learns that Caesar's like this pacifist who actually believes humans and apes can live together. While this guy's taken the mantra of Caesar, claims it was about strength and about subverting the humans, and the humans are bad people. And it's interesting to see this because both aspects are a little bit true based on the films here. And there are some humans who are subversive, and there are some humans that like could live side by side with apes. And the May chick does kind of subvert the apes a little bit in what she does, but she's also just trying to look out for her people. So it's a really interesting fine line of morality to walk. And Noah has to figure out the morality of all this the entire time. And most of the apes just go along with it. They just say, hey, these are the laws. These are the laws. We're just going to follow the laws. And Noah stands up and says the laws are wrong. And so he ends up trying to subvert this whole process, and he starts a rebellion through it all. Now, the people don't believe in him at first and don't come with him, and so he's got a ragtag band from the beginning, which ties nicely in. So when you get this character growth, you have Noah, who is a character who's unconfident in his ability, unconfident in himself, and eventually he comes into, his father was a wise man in the village, and he eventually comes into the kind of that role himself, where he really fulfills the role of his father. Now, really, really nice points here, and this is a really good heroic journey. Because a lot of times, in modern fiction, you just get the parents have abandoned me. Oh my gosh, I need to overcome my problems alone. This is not it, and find my new real family. This is not it. He actually cares for his family. His family, he respects his family. He honors his father and mother in what he does and his legacy. It's very Christian morals here. and he's against really the ways of violence unless he really, really has to. It's really refreshing to watch this character grow with some good values through this film. And he eventually ends up blowing up the military base so that Caesar can't get them, and they end up having a bit of a battle, and Caesar survives. And he uses his ancestry and his historical ways of doing things. I'll try not to spoil it so you can still enjoy the film, to achieve that victory, and honors his traditions to achieve that victory. So family, tradition, those are the themes of this. Peace, coexistence, very, very, very quite the opposite of what you see from a lot of current modern films. And the fact that a male character, even though he's an ape, it really is the hero of this. I get that Freya is the one human in this, and she's a female, but he really is it's Noah's film. She's just kind of on the side doing her own thing, which is developing a later plot. But Noah's the main character in this for sure, is very different than normal. Now, as far as she goes, she's of course very smart and knows a lot, and she's a lot smarter than everybody. She's got a little bit of that Rey Skywalker thing. And I mentioned that for a reason. You'll see when you see the film too. I'll try not to spoil that element too. But she doesn't have the 110-pound girl beating up soldiers badass thing to her, which is not really nice. I mean, so she is weaker than the apes. She's shown as weaker than the apes, and she's actually kind of feminine in that regard. Which is nice because, again, they didn't do the whole subverting gender roles and this crap either, which, thank God. Very, very sick of seeing that in films. So they did good on that level. They did good on pretty much everything. And eventually it ends. We see this human group that contacts another human group that also exists out there that has the smarts. And it looks like they're building something up for the next film or whatnot, where there's going to be some kind of human uprising. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But this was a good start. And actually, it stands alone very well as a film. If they just don't make another one, I'd be very happy with how this started and how this ended, because it gives me enough imagination to see where this world kind of goes. And it felt like a very complete story. It had Noah's Ark. Oh, geez. Oh well, it is what it is. And it worked. The world building's good. The production's good. Everything looked really nice. Nothing really took me out of the film. And I enjoyed it 100%. So I call this, actually, I'd say this is probably an 8.5 out of 10. It was, my criticisms of it is it's a little bit long, like most modern movies, and it's a little bit slow at points. But those pacing elements pick up during very intense points also. And I think those pacing elements are designed just for the character stuff. But that is the film. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.